Hello, this is Juan José Huertas Quevedo. I am here with my group, Michael Andrés Cardenal López, Esteban Andrés Cobos Prieto, Juan José Huertas Quevedo, and Natalie Sierra. We are here to talk about four international relations theories. The first one is the realism, the second one, the idealism, the third one, the constructivism, and the last one is the Marxism. Let's going to talk about the realism. The realism born in the Middle Ages. The first three people that talk about this was Platon, Democritus, and Aristoteles. They were trying to open the people's eyes in this age because this is a world of lies. We are living fake lives. So they were trying to explain that in the life we have more things that the things that actually we have. So we need to see better the things that we have in this moment and the things that is out of our lives or comfort zone or something like that. So not only in this age the people live with lies. In this moment we are having exactly the same problem. We are living a lot of lives with TV programs, series, I don't know, movies, video games, and a lot of that. So we need to open our eyes and start to detect the realism in our lives. The first, we are okay. Let's talk about the knowledge of. Okay, let's try. I'm going to try to explain you this with the knowledge of the reality through perceptions. So let's start with the first one. The naive reality, that is the first one, is the perception or the concept that you have from a person, object, or something. For example, let's explain you with this. My cell phone. I am using my cell phone to record this video. This is a cell phone, and this one is another cell phone. So this is a naive realism. Detect that this is a cell phone, and I am using a cell phone to record this. Next of this, we can talk about the natural realism. The natural realism is a little bit more complex than the naive realism. The naive realism. For example, we are seeing that this is a cell phone and this device that I'm using here is another cell phone. But this cell phone is blue one. You're not seeing, but mine is black. So this is a different, and this is the natural realism. Detect that this is blue and this is black. Both are cell phones, but have some differences. Next, we can see the critical realism. This is more complex than natural realism because we are seeing the features of the devices. For example, mine could say that it's faster than this. You don't know that, but for me is my realism. Another example maybe is that my cell phone can take better pictures than this, could be. And another critical realism could be that this cell phone have four cameras. Excuse me, this cell phone has four cameras, and mine has three. Excuse me. So the problem with the critical realism is that it depends of the points of view. For example, I can say that my cell phone is better than this, but to other person, to another person could say that this is better because this is blue and this is easy to clean. Could be. It depends of the point of view of the person with the critical realism. Next of this, with a lot of critical realism, it could be changed to idealism. For this reason, the critical realism is complex with the points of view. So, let's continue with the idealism.
Now we talk about the idealism. So we can say that throughout the history, international relations have evolved to this theory. From the beginning, this discipline was characterized by a dominant current of thought that will be known as idealism. Also, in 1930, it was recalled by the main actors of political realism at that time, who debated in an ideological way. In other hand, the idealism focused in law and institutions as relevant mechanisms for external linkage, seek peace in any form, and rejects politics, power, and security in the international system. The realists use this term to refer that people who consider that difference in society could be solved through reconciliation, where the main basis was to the question aspects of the state, like the difference, the worth, the balance, the power, and the diplomacy exercised. And in this theory, the principal representatives we find Platon, Descartes, Kant, and Hegel, and the main author is Kant, according to whom two variables must intervene for this theory and for the knowledge to arise, the subject and the object. Also, authors like James Tower explore international morality, political philosophy, and the main rise to build debates in society and conclude with the word peace. So that is to say, the idealists focus on transforming and raising international relations in the face of the peaceful world, where political truths are not reconciled around the problems of power and or superficial interests. At least that is what the realists believe. And finally, the conclusions are: the first one is to emphasize the faith in the progress of the human nature and its evolution in the present day world. The second one is the vision of the world and positivist ideology. And the last one is we have the organization in the international system in a political and moral way. So we can say that the interests of the states are not complementary but antagonist. And for the final conclusion, we have an example for this theory, and we found the United Nations, which established a balance in the difference of society to avoid the wars. At the time, they were considered as institutions for the peaceful resolution of conflicts and put an end of the wars in general.
The next theory is the constructivism. That is a really great theory for us and for our society. This theory started to the end of the Cold War, and this theory have a great potential in the governments because take the opinion of the social opinion for check how goes their governments and how they are exercising his power over the society. The constructivism is building in the historic and socially, and their base is not just in the material things, it's based in the growth of those that the society create and their interests will be satisfied, and is begin to a movement, and we like persons or actor in this society make part of this, and every single one of us choose if we want to make part of this or not. So it's important remember us that this theory study the structure of the societies and their actors. There is a great context, and it's the society that brings meaning to the reality, because we all of us contribute to create this reality daily that we are speaking and we are living every day, because all of us is in a constant changes, and the society every day remains in the study how we are evolving in it. This theory brings a value to the land and the different culture that exists. Its future demonstrates that constructivism go beyond the material reality, but including the effect of ideas and belief on the world politics. The small state is arguably more focused on its survival, whereas the late stage is concerned with dominating global politics, economic, and military affairs. So the social norms are the central system of the constructivism. Like a societies, we have opinion, but our governments and decided to create norms to that brings uh, social and cultural thoughts that make me become the basis to the social systems to live, and maybe these norms help us to know how development into the societies. So we have examples of organizations that what was created to regulate their politics of the many countries, like is the ONU or OTAN in Spanish, that brings security for the there's no will be a new war in maybe in some countries, but these organizations are based in the thoughts that the most potential countries that have a great um, power in their military affairs. So we have today we have a great example like is Russia. Maybe you know about Afghanistan, that here their ideals is government to the people that live in that countries, and modify some of those that societies, and this make difficult starts a new relations with another countries, another cultures, so are really different. And it's the moment when the constructivism and new ideas that have the society starts to reign in some places, in some areas, and a new movement start to up in our societies. So the governments try every day to have the control of their societies, and really take the control about that thoughts that the society every day up, and make a difference with their norms, or make to collective ideas. So this is some examples that we are looking today.
Hello, my name is Michael Cardenas, an international business student, and on this occasion, I would like to talk to you about Marxism as a theory of international relations and its perspective on national security. According to Marxism, as a theory of international relations, it's not possible to establish a single point of view about its way of dealing with national security problems. It's to the different effects and processes that have occurred throughout history in this ideological stream. And it is that since its mere composite by Karl Marx in the 19th century, it has been complemented and applied in different ways. Therefore, I would like to able to the following situation the main political, economic, and social movements, which were the result of the application of Marxism in their sources, right in which the Cuban, Chinese, and Russian Revolution stand out. Similar characteristics in any of the three cases is the region of what considered as capitalist globalization, which immediately translate into the focus of the economy on the political military structure. For this last case, although the three revolutions are marked big about such as Marxism. Its development and results vary greatly in terms of the determination of objectives in national security. A clear example of a successful final result based on the theory of Marxism is the Chinese Revolution, which applying the basic characteristics of the theory, which consists of prioritizing the economy over the political military has led to the parallel advance in the second part is that the country current flames national security problems due to the application based on the ideological current of Marxism. Clearly, this given in a grave advantage over its competitors, which has made its rivals same not only economic, but also political and military affectation. As an example, we have the current dispute with Taiwan. It's surely be its main opponent, not only economy but also ideological, as the United States is very much also considered the non-direct and diplomatic attack on the ASEAN gigant. This vehicle EV is great development as an action. Thank you.